5 simple psychological tricks you can use every day. The door in the face technique is a psychological trick that involves making a large request that is likely to be turned down, followed by a smaller request that is more reasonable. The idea is that the person is more likely to agree to the smaller request after initially rejecting the larger one because they feel a sense of guilt or obligation to make it up to the requester. This technique can be useful in negotiations and sales, but it's important to use it carefully and ethically. People may feel manipulated if they sense that the requester is using this technique for their own gain. The mere exposure effect is a psychological phenomenon where people tend to develop a preference for things simply because they are more familiar with them. This effect applies to all sorts of things, from people to products to ideas. Research has shown that people tend to rate things more positively after being exposed to them repeatedly. This effect can be used in marketing and advertising to increase brand recognition and preference, as well as in personal relationships to develop familiarity and liking. The contrast principle is a psychological phenomenon that describes how we perceive things in relation to their surroundings. This principle suggests that when the objects are presented simultaneously, our perception of each is affected by the contrast between them. This principle is often used in marketing and sales to make products seem more attractive to potential customers. By presenting a more expensive option first, businesses can make their other products seem more affordable and appealing. The primacy effect is a psychological phenomenon where individuals tend to remember and give more weight to the first pieces of information they encounter about a person, product, or concept. This means that the first impression is the most important and can have a lasting impact on how individuals view and judge the subject. The primacy effect is often used in marketing and advertising to ensure that the first message that customers receive about a product or brand is positive and memorable, as it can shape their entire perception of the product or brand. The self-fulfilling prophecy effect is a psychological phenomenon where a person's beliefs or expectations about a situation, event, or person can influence their behavior in a way that ultimately leads to the expected outcome. For example, if a teacher believes that a particular student is academically gifted, they may treat that student in a way that encourages them to perform well, which may lead to the student actually performing well. On the other hand, if a manager believes that an employee is lazy, they may treat that employee in a way that discourages them, which may lead to the employee becoming less productive. This effect can be powerful and can have a significant impact on individuals and groups.